Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act, WARN, of 1988. Notice required if one-third or more laid off or plant closing. The Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act, WARN, of 1988 requires employers to give 60-day notice of a mass layoff or plant closing. WARN applies to employers with 100 or more full-time employees. 20 hours a week or 6 months a year or less is considered part-time, or 100 or more employees whose combined regular, not overtime work hours typically total 4,000 hours per week. A mass layoff is defined as one-third or more of the workforce. Managers, supervisors, hourly wage, and salary workers must receive notification. If unionized, notice must be given to the employee's representative. WARN Act exceptions: faltering company, unforeseeable business circumstances, and natural disaster. Faltering company means the employer is seeking capital to save itself, and announcing the mass layoff would make receiving the financing impossible. Unforeseeable business circumstances means that such a layoff has come on the business so suddenly that an announcement is not possible. Natural disaster is self-explanatory. The WARN Act applies in business if the business continues to run in Chapter 11 reorganization, but doesn't apply if the business closes down. The penalty for violating the WARN Act is pay for the time over which notice was failed to be given, up to 60 days. Voluntary payments to the employee may be considered pay in lieu of notice. The Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act, WARN, of 1988 requires employers to give 60-day notice of mass layoff or plant closing. Multiple choice question. Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act, WARN, of 1988. A. Layoffs bad enough, especially bad if notice required. B. No notice required to lay off employees. C. Security and pharmaceutical companies can use lie detector tests. D. Notice required if one-third or more laid off or plant closing. So the best answer choice in this case for Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification WARN of 1988 is D as in dog, notice required if one-third or more laid off or plant closing.